10 most dangerous animals in the world. 1. Golden poison dart frog. The golden poison frog is considered one of the most toxic animals on Earth. A single specimen measuring 2 inches has enough venom to kill 10 grown men. The indigenous Embera people of Colombia have used its powerful venom for centuries to tip their blowgun darts when hunting, hence the species name. Their coloring, which can be yellow, orange, or pale green, depending on their particular range, is deliberately ostentatious to ward off potential predators, a tactic called aposematic coloration. Their diet includes flies, crickets, ants, termites, and beetles. Scientists are unsure of the source of this frog's amazing toxicity, but it is possible they assimilate plant poisons, which are carried by their prey. Poison dart frogs raised in captivity and isolated from insects in their native habitat never develop venom. The medical research community has been exploring possible medicinal uses for the golden poison frog's toxins. They have already developed a synthetic version of one of the poison's compounds that has promise as a powerful painkiller. 2. Inland taipan. Inland taipans are rarely encountered in the wild by the average person because of their remoteness and brief above-ground appearance during the day. Compared with the related coastal taipan, and despite the alternative name, fierce snake, this species is actually quite shy and many reptile keepers regard it as a placid snake to handle. However, like any animal, it will defend itself when provoked. Firstly, it makes a threat display by raising its forebody in a tight low S-shaped curve with its head facing the offender. Should the offender choose to ignore the warning, the inland taipan will strike, making a single bite or several quick bites. Symptoms of envenomation include headache, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, collapse and paralysis. The venom of the inland taipan is extremely potent and is rated as the most toxic of all snake venoms in LD50 tests on mice. As well as being strongly neurotoxic, the venom contains a spreading factor, hyaluronidase enzyme, that increases the rate of absorption. The venom's toxicity coupled with its spreading action makes a bite from a fierce snake potentially life-threatening, and anyone suspected of receiving a bite should seek immediate medical attention. 3. Tsetse Fly. Tsetse flies are the scourge of Central Africa. The flies are vectors for the disease Nagana, also known as African animal trypanosomiasis, AAT, in wild and domestic animals, and a similar disease among humans that is known as sleeping sickness, or human African trypanosomiasis, HAT. The agents of the diseases are trypanosomes, protozoa that live within the tsetse fly. Parts of Africa are uninhabitable because of the presence of tsetse flies and their effects on people and livestock. There are about 34 species and subspecies of tsetse, depending on classification schemes, all in a single genus, Glossina. These flies suck blood for food from the muscle tissue of animals and people, picking up pathogens from an infected host or injecting pathogens they carry into a host. A tsetse can suck up its weight in blood. African trypanosomiasis, also called sleeping sickness, is a disease caused by a parasite. People can get this parasite when an infected tsetse fly bites them. Symptoms include fatigue, high fever, headaches, and muscle aches. If the disease is not treated, it can cause death. Freshwater snails. As far as the world's deadliest creatures go, large predators like sharks and lions tend to get all the credit. But in fact, if we were to point to the animal kingdom's most frequent killer, it'd actually be the mosquito. Another creature belonging to the small but deadly category is the freshwater snail, which is responsible for more than 200,000 deaths a year, more deaths than sharks, lions and wolves combined. Freshwater snails carry a parasitic disease called schistosomiasis, which infects nearly 250 million people, mostly in Asia, Africa and South America. It's one of the world's most deadly parasites. You do contract it from just wading, swimming, entering the water in any way, and the parasites basically exit the snails into the water and seek you. And they penetrate right through your skin, migrate through your body, end up in your blood vessels where they can live for many years, even decades. It's not the worms that actually cause disease to people, it's the eggs. And those eggs have sharp barbs because they eventually need to make it back out of the human body and back into the water and find that there are snails that they need to complete their reproduction cycle. And so those eggs can lodge in different tissues and cause severe symptoms ranging from anemia and fatigue, all the way to various severe symptoms, even death in about 10% of chronic cases. 5. Dogs, wolves. Wolves are some of the most iconic predators in the animal kingdom. They're featured in songs, legends, and even modern films. Although the gray wolf is the most recognizable, there are more than 30 distinct subspecies that range across the northern hemisphere. These dedicated pack animals hunt together, roam together, and play together, all while maintaining an important role in their local ecosystem. These animals are carnivores and will eat nearly any type of prey that they can catch. With that said, they typically prey on large hoofed mammals like deer, elk, moose, sheep, goats, and bison. When large prey is not available, wolves are likely to catch smaller mammals like rabbits or beavers. These animals are apex predators, which means that they are at the top of the food chain within their designated territories. Still, they stick together in packs for good reason. There are plenty of bigger, meaner animals who are willing to consider them as prey. In general, these animals need to watch out for bears and large cats like tigers or mountain lions. When they work together, a pack can take down a polar bear. 6. Mosquitoes. The most dangerous creature on Earth without question is the mosquito. Mosquitoes and the diseases they spread have been responsible for killing more people than all the wars in history. Even today, mosquitoes transmitting malaria kill 2 million to 3 million people and infect another 200 million or more every year. Tens of millions more are killed and debilitated by a host of other mosquito-borne diseases, including filariasis, yellow fever, dengue and encephalitis. Mosquitoes belong to the group of insects known as diptera or flies. In fact, mosquito means little fly in Spanish. Diptera means 2 wings, the characteristic that distinguishes flies from other types of insects. What distinguishes a mosquito from other types of flies are its proboscis, long tubular mouthparts for sucking up fluids, and the hair-like scales on its body. Mosquitoes have bedeviled humans for centuries, spreading disease and death to millions. Today, the latest plague they bring is the Zika virus. This therefore makes mosquitoes the most dangerous animals in the world. They are the primary vectors for major human diseases such as yellow fever, malaria, and dengue fever, which together infect hundreds of millions of humans worldwide and kill millions each year. 7. Pufferfish. A predator that manages to snag a puffer before it inflates won't feel lucky for long. Almost all pufferfish contain tetrodotoxin, a substance that makes them foul-tasting and often lethal to fish. To humans, tetrodotoxin is deadly, up to 1,200 times more poisonous than cyanide. There is enough toxin in one pufferfish to kill 30 adult humans, and there is no known antidote. Biologists think pufferfish, also known as blowfish, developed their famous inflatability because their slow, somewhat clumsy swimming style makes them vulnerable to predators. In lieu of escape, pufferfish use their highly elastic stomachs and the ability to quickly ingest huge amounts of water, and even air when necessary, to turn themselves into a virtually inedible ball several times their normal size. Some species also have spines on their skin to make them even less palatable. 8. 9. Lions. Lions are one of the most dangerous animals in the world. Lions are ferocious predators that can easily kill humans and large mammals for food, or very dangerous when protecting their territory and cubs from other predators. Lions hunt in groups to take down large prey, kill it, and eat it. And the strength and speed of these big cats are no match for a human being. However, being attacked by a lion in the wild is not a common occurrence. Lions are an aggressive species that can easily kill humans and other animals larger than themselves. Male lions becomes even more aggressive during mating season, and female lions are extremely protective of their cubs. Lions hunt either alone or in groups called prides. The average pride consists of around 15 lions, including a dozen adult females, up to 3 males, and cubs of both sexes. Lions are not naturally aggressive towards humans in nature unless provoked, protecting their young or food is scarce. Both female and male lions tend to avoid conflict with humans. However, aggressive attacks have been reported in zoos across the world where human interaction is most common. 10. Shark. Of all 375 shark species, only 12 are considered potentially dangerous to humans. Sharks have a fearsome reputation for attacking humans in more or less warm and deep waters. Nevertheless, lightning strikes kill more people in the United States than sharks. Sharks are Earth's most ancient animals. These apex predators with low reproductive rates feature skeletons made of cartilage. But they can be fast, violent, and ultimately deadly. Sharks do not sleep, instead, they rest. They're cold-blooded souls with an uncontrollable curiosity toward a unique species, Homo sapiens. Sometimes, provoked and unprovoked shark attacks end in tragedy. But we must remember that the ocean is their home, and we must play by their rules. The great white shark, also known as the white pointer, is the largest and deadliest predatory shark in the ocean. Measuring between 11 and 21 feet, 3.36.4 meters, it can propel itself at over 40 miles per hour, 64 kilometers per hour. With its 300 sharp teeth, the great white has the most powerful bite in the animal world, 18,000 newtons, 1,835 kilograms force. The Carcharodon carcharias is responsible for between 1/3 and 1/2 of all yearly shark attacks.